Hello, everybody. This is Tim, Barbara. We're down here at Hickory Ridge Road in Lavaca, Arkansas. I'm going to show you some graves of some children that lost their lives too early.
So I was researching the cemetery, and there were so many babies. Some not just babies, not infants, children. 5-year-olds, 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds, under 20-year-olds. This cemetery, for some reason, seemed to have a massive amount of people under the age of 20, and some families lost multiple children, like 1 year right after the next. And I know in the 1800s and early 1900s there were a lot of diseases that would wipe out a whole household. So anyway, we're gonna walk around, show you some of the old graves, and see if you can just see if we can just show you mainly old ones and people that lost multiple children. There's going to be a lot of out here that just lost one, and that is horrific. But some families lost 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 children, and we're going to walk around and find those graves for you. So we're just going to start at one end, and because they're kind of scattered all the way across here. We're here in Lavaca, out in the middle of nowhere. I guess you can kind of see we're like out in the middle of a pasture here. But anyway, here we go. Let's just see what we can. Now this isn't a child, but it's a neat stone. So some stones I'm just going to show you because people did the best they could.
Yeah, and what's his name? Sylvester.
Yeah. So
And we
that's
can't tell for sure, but we think it's Ballinger.
Ballinger,
Ballinger.
Sylvester Ballinger, and we don't know how old this person is, but it's pretty neat stone because it's
But there's just
somebody.
rocks right here next to it for grave markers here next to it, so we don't know either.
Okay, there's another one similar to it right down here.
And this is Les Harrison. We don't have any dates.
No. So, but somebody did the best they could in making these markers. That was the main thing. And so here's one right here. What is this? See, that's a 1-year-old. They're just everywhere. We mainly were going to pick out the ones that had multiple children, but on the way, when we see something like this, we will stop and read it because that's 1922 February. Let's see, October. Oh, it's just months. What? From October 26th, like 5 months, somewhere around there. Okay, so we're going to make our way through. I wasn't going to turn my microphone on, and I changed my mind, so you may have heard a little bit of crackling there for a minute. See, here's a child right here.
Is that Laverne Brickley?
Bricky.
June 1st? Bricky. Yeah, Bricky.
Just
June 1st, 1911 to July the 4th, 1912.
4th of July.
Wow, 4th of July, isn't there?
And then here's the Nixon children. So this family had multiple children right across here.
Hattie Nixon, 1891, 1903. Is that Yuba Faye, daughter of H.H. and Ada, February 18th, 1914, May 5th, 1915.
I don't know. This one's right in the middle,
Oh,
but it is a child. What?
9 years
9 years,
old.
9 years old, but it's right in the middle of these Nixon children, and I'm not for sure how that happened.
Yeah.
Another Nixon.
Larry Dean Nixon, October the 30th, 1941, infant son of Harmon LIB, and Louise Rankin Nixon.
Rankin Nixon. So, and then here's some Nixons that were probably, I'm thinking, you know, I didn't take the time on this, but these are probably all, these Nixons are siblings, and these are
Yeah, but Florence here, look at how
lived.
old she lived.
Yes, yeah, she lived
She
a full
lived
age, but it's probably a sibling to these
99.
children over
She
here.
was 99 years old. Wow.
Isn't that crazy? So this, I'm pretty sure that this is, they're all right here in a row together. Those all were children and babies, and then this one is probably
Where are we
a
going
sibling.
now? This is that other one of the stones that's made out of just
Is it a new
rock,
one?
out of native stone
If
here.
it's
And
got a new
just
date on
neat.
it.
Well, I know, but what I'm filming is just the absolute beautiful.
But the family may not want that on there. So
this is a native stone.
Here's a neat one. They did it with
that
Tom
was
made and
popular.
done with marbles.
It's a lot of the marbles.
What does
are
that
missing.
say? M? No,
N?
N. Nellie Jane S. What does that say at the bottom?
I don't know.
Let me see if I can look it up on
But
Find
that
a
was all
Grave.
made out of marbles, and then they use these little rocks down here to make the bottom section of it.
I'll see if I can find it real fast and find out.
And a lot of the marbles are missing, and a lot of the little stones are missing, so hard to tell what it really says.
Jones? I bet it's Nellie Jones.
That is a Jones, yes. Jones.
See if I can find it real fast.
And can't tell what the last name is.
1905 to 1923. So that was a young person.
What was their last name?
Jones.
Oh. What does it say down here at the bottom in the rock?
Let's see what Find a Grave says. Well, it says that she was 18 years old. So
18 years old. Wow.
Yes.
Just getting started in life.
This is her mother right here next to her.
Okay, Roxy Jones.
Yeah.
And gone but not forgotten. 1865 to 1921, she lived through some pretty tough times. Those were some tough people.
It was at the end of the Civil War, 1865, when she was born. So a Great Depression around that time. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, wind's starting to pick up now. So. These were a lot of Spains here that died. Well, she was 98 years old. Wow. But they had some infant son and another.
So an 8-year-old, and then this one lived. He was young. He was like 36 years old, and then this one are probably newborns. I didn't give them a name. So that's a lot right there. 1925, 1926, 1931. And that one lived
98 years.
98 years. So, you know, you just...
Yeah, pretty random.
Look how this one's...
Really sunken in.
There's a grave right here, and it's not...
Yeah, it's sunken.
They don't have
right
these
there.
markers in the right place.
I don't know that really shows up on the camera, but it's
pretty.
You can
definitely
see
that
in the ground, and I think these cemeteries like this, and But when they really maintain them, they come back and they add dirt and try to keep it smooth.
I'm not sure. Maybe the camera can pick that up.
It says cross.
I see dates. I don't see the Crosser is the last name. W-A-B.
1905 to
1906.
1906. So
Another child. I'm telling you, this place is filled with the children. Here's one right here behind us. Right there. Well, no, it has. I thought that was a lamb. Is that a cow? Never mind. They're still young, 39 years old. They're still young. Okay. Y'all, we might get sidetracked once in a while. I guess y'all figured that out. Now this one has a lamb on it, so I'm thinking this is probably a child. I think it says Carl, son of
Bullington is the last name. And it's just really a dark screen on this camera, so
facing the sun, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's 1807 to 1909.
Well, that would be over 100 years old.
That's what it looks like. 18.
And it could be. You know, normally the lamb on top is a child, but that looks like 1900. Or
1907 to, I guess that's 1907 to 1909, so it was only 2 years.
Oh, so the top one is not at 18.
Right.
Okay.
Misread it, sorry.
No, it's just, it does look like an 18 to me.
It's hard to read.
They are. They are hard to read. You just, that does look like a 18 to me. Okay. So we kind of figured that most of the older ones are around the perimeter. So we'll try to stay around the perimeter of this. See, here's another one.
And maybe it'll show up on the camera this time.
Not facing the sun, yeah.
How do you pronounce that?
Hattie.
Hattie. I was looking at the last name, Caton. Kate. I don't know how to pronounce it. C-A-T-O-N. So.
Born November 29th, 1906, died March 30th, 19. Wait, are those 8s or?
I think they're 8s. 1908 to November.
Well, they can't. That wouldn't be right. Not born in November and die in March the same year. So I think it's 1906 and died March 30th, 1908. But the 8s and the 6s sure look the same to me. But that wouldn't make any sense, right? I mean, you can't die in March if you weren't born until November.
Yeah.
So those dates can't.
On the camera, it really looks like a 6.
1906 to 1908?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes more sense. We'll go with that. You can see it on the camera a lot better normally. Okay, here's another one. See, y'all, this is crazy.
Herman Ivy, son of G.W. and L.E.
Redden. Yeah.
Born December the 7th, 1907, and died January 21st of 1909.
Now, that doesn't look like an old stone. So it looks like a remake, doesn't it? Like a replica?
Boy, it's really clean for that year. Sure is.
Yes.
I bet you somebody redid, because there were so many of these stones out here that were just rocks. And that happened in the late.
But this looks like a replica of an old one to me.
So, it could have been damaged too, because we're real close to a road.
Yeah.
And so, if something gets damaged, then I'm sure that they rebuild it to try
Here's some right here behind us also. Infant daughter of Joe Manelli.
These were damaged also.
Infant, yes.
And so they had to do a redo on these. And so this is an infant son of Jim and Lily Parker. This infant daughter. And so they gave them a name, though.
Well, then they, sometimes they're a little older.
But maybe
I
they,
think.
a lot of people
Most of
pick
them.
out their children's names before they're
Is
born and say, well, I'm going to, if it's a boy,
Can we read this?
it's just too dark on this screen. But no, I can't read it. 1913 to 1917, I think.
That's what I think too. Yeah. 4-year-old. A 4-year-old. And it's probably, it could be a Parker, because there's Parkers right here. And Parker's right there. So maybe see if we can make out a Parker on there anywhere. Son of. Yes, it's a Parker. The last name's Parker. The first name is T.A. Is somebody over there? Yeah, Thomas, right there. Thomas A. So it's his child right there.
Yeah. So
Because
the
this one is
Parker, 4 years old.
Thomas A. Parker.
But that's what
4-year-old, yes.
tough when you get, when you lose a child at that age, that's just when they're really funny to be around.
Three-year-old.
Yeah.
Our darling. Alma Kate. What is that? R-E-S-C-H.
RESCH.
I'm not for sure how to pronounce that. The 3-year-old. But here they are right next to them, I bet.
Yeah.
And here's more. So these are probably grandparents, and these may be parents, or I don't know. 1917. So this is probably the parents. Yeah. Right here. And these are probably siblings.
Yeah, but this is
born around the same time.
This 2004.
Okay. Oh. Let's go see what that is. That's interesting right there.
Big one here.
Yeah, I like those kind.
Jameson.
GW.
1876 to 1928.
Oh, here's those cool ones right here. These are neat. What got my attention on these? The S's are backwards on both of them. There's 2 graves here.
Yeah. Maybe if you stand right there and block the sun or something. Okay.
Off the camera?
Well, I don't know. Right there, yeah. It's showing up a little better now, I think. Ruby Seaton. But they put the S's backwards.
And it's on the stone, but next to it is the same.
This one here.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
What is there a date? Looks like
April
23. Let's see if
1921.
1921. I wonder what the date on that one is. Let's see if we can find it. This one is
24. 19.
Is that
25 or 6 or something like that? Might be 20.
I don't know. Is the 5 wacky like the S? Kind of?
Well, that's what it looks like.
My fingernails are going to be horrible. Okay, I don't know. 19.
Maybe it's a 29.
Oh, it could be a 29. I think it is. That makes me. I don't know. It's not closed up here at the top.
Yeah, but
I can maybe look it up and find a grave.
Maybe S is backwards. So.
And these are interesting here. I don't know where.
Yeah, these are beautiful.
There's
stones.
Multiple ones in here. They don't all have stones, but one of these, this one right here,
to 1916.
And these were brothers. This one was killed by lightning.
Killed by lightning?
Yes.
Pat Barber?
He was climbing over a fence, and the lightning struck at the same time. And it was multiple boys. And he still happened to still have his hand on the wire when the lightning struck.
But see, the Cecil here, I guess his brother, died June the 11th of 1916. And then, we don't know what he died of.
No, it didn't say.
And
I
then
couldn't
he
find
was
what.
struck by lightning. Pat
Yes.
Barber was struck by lightning on March the 1st of 1917.
But we do have a lady that's
So,
following us
just
that is real good
year.
at looking up this stuff. So maybe
But the
I need
finish
to
on
remember
this
her
is
name.
just,
What is that?
I don't know, but it's got a really lustrous finish.
It's like a sage green mixed with white. It's pretty.
It's heavy
Wish
too.
they had
Looks
multiple
heavy.
children. There's another one in here. Ada. Maybe this is Ada down here. See this one. This is an infant. 1912. So they lost that one in 1912. And then they lost these two boys. And then there's another one. And her name is Ada. Let me see if I can find her. I think that there's graves all through here. Nope. But look at this. See, some of them are written right here. These graves in between are written in the border here. So I think this is Ada right here. And she died in, figure that out. Is it that? I'm not for sure.
It says age 79.
Yeah, I think that's like the
79.
mother. Oh, I can't get all that off of there. Here's the date in here. I'm not for sure. I can't get it all off. She was born October 11th. Does it say 1930?
1938, I think.
And I don't know if it was born. Maybe that's when she died. Because I remember seeing
in the burial plot of
yes,
the family plot that's bordered all the way around it. Here you can see.
Yeah.
So
and they're in between.
And then
yes.
And then they wrote
in the border.
In the border. And so I guess that may be to prevent people like me walking on the inside.
Now that one's not as an older one.
No.
So there is writing on this border, but I don't see. I think if all this grass was off here, we would find there's more family members. Yes, here's some more family members in between. This one says 1926. Just not for sure. Y'all, it's really cold out here, and it makes my nose run. So I'm sorry. Oh, I think it's just initials. Someone's J.N. Barber, 18 something, January 18th, 1923.
I think that's a 6. Hard to tell.
1926. Yeah, it looks more like a 26. Okay.
But that's all the way.
Let's see who this is.
Around this thing.
There's Ada somewhere. But that may have been the first one I saw in the border down at that end. Okay, let's go across here.
Robert Willis, born December 26, 1852. Died November 1896. So.
And here's a couple
Wasn't a baby, but
siblings here, babies. John Edward Steele, 1920 to 1920. So he was an infant.
We shall meet again.
And Jefferson Henry Steele, 1918 and 1920, he was 2. But both of them died in 1920.
Wow, I wonder what happened there.
You know what? Wasn't there a flu epidemic in 1918 that started around 1918?
Well, we had the Spanish flu
Spanish
that
flu.
began some.
Was it 18 or 0? I don't remember. Yes,
Well, it was somewhere around in there, but I'm not sure the exact year that they started having cases.
Baby
They
Weaver.
probably aren't either.
Baby Weaver, 1899, born May 24th, 1899. Died.
May 24th, 1899.
Oh, okay. And is this a mother?
What is that?
May have been.
Agnes Ruth, I think. And no, born 1899. And these are the twins.
They're twins.
I think.
They're twins, yeah.
Yeah.
One says Baby Weaver and the other one says.
I know, but they
have the same.
They have the same born date and same death date. 1899 is when they were born, in May 24th.
Agnes Ruth, and the other one says Baby.
Wow.
That's odd.
Well.
Is this another one right beside us? Looks like the dates are close together. Yes.
1895.
Maddie, daughter of J.R. and M.F. Ross, born August 1st, 1895, died August 21st, 1895.
Lived 20 days. Wow.
See, I'm telling you, I was researching this for the Beck children. U.S. Marshal Addison Beck, his children, he has 4 children, and we're going to walk you over and show you their stones and read them for you. But I was researching the cemetery because of that, and I see all these children, and I was like, oh my gosh, what in the world happened in this area?
Is that where we're going?
No, that's not where we're going right now, but that's how I got to all these babies here. That's how I found all these babies.
And see, here's an old, just, it's just a field stone.
And this one is the one that says, on Find a Grave, it says, and you can kind of see it just a little bit, Faye Cox. And it's not a child, but I just thought it was sweet. When people,
that's chiseled in there.
They wanted this person to have more than just a field stone.
And these are really thin. They're only.
And this one has
rocks are only about. Some parts of it are 1.5 inches thick, and the thickest parts look like about 2.5 inches thick.
Then this one has something that has been chiseled on this side. It's worn so bad you can't hardly see it, and all the moss.
Yeah, and the sunshine is blocking us off of a lot of the writing.
It's another child. Does that help?
September the 9th of 1899 to July 27th of 1904.
5 years old.
Wow.
James Calvin Floyd.
What's it say at the bottom? Little feet?
Little feet in the Golden Street.
Never go away or?
Never go astray? Never go astray?
Yeah. Huh. More field stones.
And I think of that, I was thinking this was the first one here, and this girl here was young, like, I don't know if it says on there because that's something that's been I mean, she was, I think, the first very
21 years
21
old.
years.
Yeah.
I knew she was young. I think that she
Oh.
was I believe she was the first one. Does it have a date?
Leona Ald can't I don't know what that last name is, Aldridge or can't tell. Well, this is
Pretty cool.
1862 to 1921, but it's a huge
Yeah.
concrete that it was made out of. So, and then
See what this is. I don't think these are babies. Again.
Hoyt and Herman, November the 11th of 1896 is when they were born.
But they didn't die at the same time.
But Hoyt was born and died on August the 3rd of 1897, and Herman died in February the 19th of 1899.
Yeah, so
twin boys.
That's twin boys of Dr. E.R. and E.J. Weaver. Sweet little buds on earth to, let's say, have gone to heaven to blossom there.
Yeah.
Sweet little buds on earth so fair have gone to heaven to blossom there.
Twins.
Yeah. One of them was what, about 10 months? And the other one was, let's see,
And then
almost
more Fieldstones here. And so,
yes, unmarked graves. They're marked. They're just not. There's
and
no
I
writing,
think that families,
and
you
some
know,
of them do have engraving or
because you
inscription
see some
on
of
them.
them that are newer.
Yeah, we don't want to look at the new ones.
Well,
not that we
I
don't.
think what they do is they, you know, like ones that get damaged or that are a Fieldstone, and somebody will know who it is, and then they get a stone made, or they make it themselves.
Let's look at these. They look really old. So let's look at them for that reason. They may not be children.
But here's
but
these right here. What are these? I think these are all children. August. It says August the 15th of 1911 and August the 22nd of 1911.
And this one says December 17th,
7 days old.
1915.
Yeah.
Look at these old ones. We can figure out what's going on with these. Reverend, oh, I can't see it. Maybe the camera can pick it up. I can't pick up dates. I can't see dates.
It says something about it in. It says
It's Reverend
infant.
something. I can see that at the top. Reverend W.L. Maybe, I don't know. Wilson. W.L. Wilson. But I can't see. Is that 1862?
Can't see. Just
Died
there we
in.
go. Starting to show up a little bit there. Really has to do with the light. Sunny day. I think the sunny days make it more difficult because the light shines differently.
Here's another. I think that this one, does that one say 1889? See, it can't. March and January 1889. Died. Can't be born in 89, March of 89, and die in January 89. So I'm not reading that right. That's sure what it looks like.
Well, it may be 1839 and died in 1889.
Maybe that's it. Okay.
This one was the infantry, 31st Tennessee Infantry. So are we going down here?
We're going to work our way over there. Here's, I think this is one. I think it says 1900. What is that?
Yeah, that's 1900
to
1901, I think.
And is the name Otis? It's Otis.
Williams, last name. And this one is 1909, I think.
And these are the
died in
parents.
1910.
And these are the baby's parents right here. Aquila and Sally.
Those over there, look at those rocks, are just,
Those are tall, aren't they? And they're, you know, they're in the ground pretty deep for them to stand up like that.
Yeah. Those are huge fieldstone. Look at that big heart over there. These fieldstones all in a row here, just pretty neat. Look at this one here. I didn't even notice this one till now.
Isn't that neat? It's a heart. And it's, isn't that just so
really
neat?
See this? It's concrete, but they made a heart and they put
and look
rock.
at this one. It's got the same type of rocks.
I'm gonna go around to the other side, or maybe you can.
All these through here. Do you think that this was marking graves? Because it almost looks like it's. Oh no.
See how this looks like it.
See, yeah,
had
it's like
a piece
they
of
might have
barbed
had
wire.
it. Yes. I think it may have been like somebody making a fencing off that area for some reason at one time for a family plot or something.
Maybe it was. Pretty neat though. So we're those kids of Marshall Addison Beck. Addison Beck was a U.S. Marshal, and he had children, I think 4, and I think they're over here in this area right here. And I know that I can read this, but I think this is it back. And this was Sarah. Sarah on the right side of it.
Sarah was.
And what was this, Birdie?
5 years, 8 months, and 22 days. And Birdie was 1 year, 1 month, and 24 days. He died in 1867, and she died in, or I don't know, is Birdie I think it's a guy's name. Sarah died in 1874, 5 years. So right here, Addison Beck had in 67 a one-year-old die, in 1874 a 5-year-old die, and then these are his children also. Rose died in 1876. She was 10 hours. And Edgar died in 1877, and he was 3 years, 11 months, and 10 days. He was almost 4 years old. So, from 1867 to 1877, they lost 4 children. One that was almost 4, one 10 hours, one 5 years, and one year old. That's a lot of heartache in a 10-year period.
Yeah, and then I think this is his dad that's buried right here.
Yes, Larkin.
And it's going to be really difficult to read it. So what was his name? Larkin?
Larkin, yes.
And so he's buried here, and I think Addison Beck was, this is his father, but his mother ended up, his mother and father ended up divorced, and so she ended up in Illinois, I think, and that's where she's buried. So Addison Beck was a U.S. Marshal that was killed in the line of duty and buried in Fort Smith, which I think at the time of his death, he died leaving behind a wife with, they had 2 children, and I believe she was pregnant with another child that was born after his death. So pretty tragic loss for her. So don't know where she's at.
I think this one says died in 1822. So would this one be older than that Leona? I'm not, maybe the camera can pick it up. It looks like John S. Jones died February 21st, 18.
I think it looks like 80, well, 82, 1882 or 22, I'm not sure.
1882.
I think that's an 8.
Okay.
1882, I believe.
And here's some that are broken. You can't.
And this is just another field stone here.
This has writing on it. Let me see. This one is, I don't know. You can see brick for the last name. That's all you can see on here. And I don't know what that one. I'm sure it's probably going to be a brick also.
Yeah, hard to tell. So I don't know how they're, I think they're both broken and leaning in towards each other, though. Maybe,
Yeah.
you don't know what they were doing then. But anyway,
Is that a grave over there? See that over there by the fence? Let's walk over there and see what that is.
Okay. So these are some big stones here, which,
yeah,
the way that's covered up, it's not, could be a small.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a grave.
Yeah, those big stones, though. Anyway, it's beautiful up here, and this Hickory Ridge. So we're going to wrap it up, and please help us out with our channel. Click like and subscribe if you can. It'll help us, and we appreciate you watching, and any suggestions are appreciated. Thank you.